Yo guys, what's going on? BJ Ash on the building. Today we're going to be talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah guys, get your popcorn, do whatever you got to do. Today we're going to be talking about Gojo. We're going to be analyzing his fight against Sukuna. Basically we're going to be seeing if Gojo is a fraud in this video. So let's get right into it. So Gojo and his fight against Sukuna starts in chapter 223. Gojo gets like this crazy fucking amp from all his friends. And this all comes out to 200% hollow purple, which Sukuna pretty much tanks. But I think this is the theme of the fight and how this was pretty much going to go. So, Gojo Limitless Curse technique is just far better than Sukuna's. Dismantle and cleave is just far better because the damage is just absurd. So Sukuna basically is kind of fighting an uphill battle, but in the grand scheme of things, how smart Sukuna is just unfair, to be honest. So let's just get right into it. So chapter 224 starts right after Sukuna eats that 200% hollow purple. Wait, do I have a? Yeah, I do. Right after he eats that 200% hollow purple, so we're gonna get right into the fight. These guys are fighting, and for the most part, like I said, Gojo is always going to have some sort of upper hand, especially when they're like in the first couple of rounds when Sukuna has to get a feel for the limitless and just adapt to the fighting style of somebody who's absurdly overpowered. You know what I mean? So Gojo kind of lets off the brake for a little bit, and Sukuna comes back with this dismantle, which I think Gojo can see, and he just fucking dodges it. But Sukuna's using the surrounding building to his advantages, and just a part of his battle IQ right there. So the fight continues right here. These two clash, and this is the end of that chapter 225. There's not really much to say about chapter 224. I mean, it's pretty much even. So now we're going on to chapter 225. A whole bunch of fucking jargon about domain expansion. Now here we go. These two domain actually open up a domain expansion. Gojo loses the first clash, and yeah, to be honest, this is where I say Gojo kind of is fraudulent. Not as to where, I'm not gonna lie, if you give Gojo an open domain, then like the story is just kind of pretty much over with. But like, you know what I mean, like he's just completely getting destroyed. I guess Gojo must have known this would have happened if he was to fight Sukuna. But yeah, his domain breaks from the outside, and this is where he says he's glad that his curse technique is overwhelmingly stronger than Sukuna's. And my interpretation from this is that this is a really bad spot for Gojo. Everybody knows this. This is like a game over kind of situation, and Gojo is just basically tanking the entire domain expansion. And I don't think Sukuna Malevolent Shrine is weak, and you can have multiple implications that Sukuna's actually holding his power back right here in this actual instance. And I wouldn't be mad at, I would actually kind of believe it, because him just outright surviving this is kind of pretty much dumb. But yeah, Gojo just pretty much survives this. And like I said, the overall take from this is that if Gojo has Sukuna in this position, then he would be dead. Like, Gojo has been inside of Sukuna's domain expansion for at least like 2 seconds, 5 seconds. And if the foot was on the others, if the shoe was on whatever you fucking want to say it, but if Gojo had Sukuna inside of his domain for at least like half a second, then he'd be fucking destroyed. So that's what I can definitely take from that, is that I guess Gojo just knows that he can tank the Malevolent Shrine, which is like I said, it's just kind of weird that he's just able to tank this sort of thing when he doesn't even have his curse technique is burnt out. And I don't know. I guess, like I said, there's implications that Sukuna is holding back, and that he just wants to adapt and get the world cut and slash from start to finish. And there's like, is there, I mean, it's not like, oh, it's impossible, Sukuna, there's definitely believable that Sukuna, and plausible, and it makes sense story-wise that Sukuna was trying to get the world cutting slash from start to finish. Therefore, he was decreasing the actual damage that he could have done to Gojo in this actual instance. But I guess Gojo just going, yeah, it's just weird how Gojo tanks the fucking Malevolent Shrine so many times. He just tanks it again. Simple domain. This is really just. This is not nothing important. I mean, like I said, there's implications that Sukuna is still holding back. He's just using simple domain, and then Gojo just pulls this bullshit out of his hat. Oh, I can repair my curse technique, which has never been shown before. And I'm not gonna lie, they both do things that has never been shown before, so I'm gonna let it slide. But this is absolutely crazy. Fucking repairing your curse technique is absolutely crazy. Not gonna lie to you. So he just repairs it, slaps him in the face with a reversal red, and it pretty much does the exact same amount of damage that Gojo has been taking inside a Malevolent Shrine. That's what I mean. Like this is pretty much stupid. Like Sukuna, I don't know why people were actually calling this man a fraud when this nigga Gojo has. It's not even that he's lucky or that. It's like Gojo has to do the bare fucking minimum to win this fight. He literally has to do the bare minimum. This nigga just got him in the worst spot possible. And like I said, there's implications that he could have been holding back so Gojo can tank that Malevolent Shrine. But even if there isn't, and you can say that he was going all out and wanted to just really hurt Gojo, the fact that he ate that shit and then just hit him with a reversal red, and then just like the implications that, oh, well, we're pretty much even right now. It's just stupid, you know what I mean? That's how much damage the Limitless does. Like, he hit this nigga with one fucking move, and Sukuna just completely had to stop in his tracks. It's just dumb, bro. So anyways, they go again. Gojo, of course, curse technique was already repaired, so he opens up his domain expansion. Yeah, so they're fighting again. Sukuna is doing something else. So I guess since Gojo did some stupid bullshit, it's Sukuna's turn. So he's using amplification while he's using domain expansion. It's fucking stupid. So yeah, these guys are fighting, ducking, and this is another instance where it's just like Gojo. I don't know, but I like Gojo, but he was sort of getting shat on up until this point. I mean, he's getting blitzed inside of his own domain expansion where he's still using Limitless. It's pretty fucking crazy. Like, he punches this man. Oh, he cracked his ribs right here. Literally, next panel gets fucking blitzed. Oh, yo, what's going on? You know, what the fuck? Turns off his sure hit inside of his dumb. Like, bro, this nigga's ass, bro. Like, bro, he just shot on Gojo a lot, bro. Like, look at this. Look at the risk and sheer amount of balls that this move take right here to just grab this nigga and just say, man, stop all that shit, man.